Okay, everyone, welcome to week 3 of LOL IMs by CalEsports. I am joined today on the casting desk with Ranran. Ranran, can you try talking just to make sure the.
Hello.
Okay, I think it's all good. Let's check Twitch audio. All right, I think Twitch audio is good. All right, we are in draft here. We have Team 8, Chewy's team versus Team ShenaniGamers, blue side versus red side. Starting off the bans, we have York top being hovered at least. So this is targeting Kyle's top lane. Instead, we're getting a Lux ban, so that's two Sukios or Buzz, whatever you want to call her. Lux mid lane. Special notes: we do have a sub for teammate this time around. Jindru, the jungler, for teammate did not make it. Was just a no-show. So they have Dreadeye playing. We do not know where Dreadeye could be laning. Just theory crafting here. Dreadeye is a mid lane main. The mid laner for teammate does play some jungler picks, so I'm thinking that we'll see a Saphir in the jungle and Dreadeye going mid. Ari being banned away from Tsukio, so two champs from the mid laner for Team ShenaniGamers being taken away. And then Set Gangplank being banned on Team ShenaniGamers. Not sure who plays Gangplank or Set on their team. I would assume it's Chewy, but Chewy's kind of washed. We'll see what he chooses to play. Yeah, Chewy does play Gangplank. He does play Set. Um, Interesting ban choice. You were told X Little League is the GOAT? That could be true. All right, and then Jinx ban being the final ban for Team ShenaniGamers, so taking away White backwards. Jinx, White backwards is, I believe, at his peak role right now, the ADC for Team 8, and has the most games played in Jinx, abusing Jinx. So that is Azir. Dreadeye does play a lot of Azir, so I'm just assuming that is Dreadeye's Azir mid lane. I don't believe Saphir plays Azir, so it's likely Dreadeye is going mid, and as we said earlier, Saphir is going jungle. Okay, I'll be curious. So all of Jushi's picks, his terrorist support picks are up. They do have the Cinch support, they do have the Zac support, they do have Shaco, Galio. It will be interesting to see what he chooses to play in this week's game. What can he show? What can he bring out his full terrorist in? And then it's also going to be curious to see what Nightingale chooses for his jungle pick. His Viego's always good. It is up. They do have Zinzao up if they want to pick an Enchanter support, but I don't think Jushi plays Enchanters, so I'm assuming that Nightingale will probably play his Viego if it's left open. Shaco being locked in, so that is most likely Jushi's Shaco support pick. He does not take Smite, he just plays laning Shaco support. Usually goes Lethality, Hail of Blades, does roams. Uh, Likely why they're picking the Zaya, because she's semi-safe under tower, so Shaco could go roam around. Darius being hovered here for Chewy. I believe they did play it last week. He got fed on it. He froze lane. They still lost anyways, despite him getting fed. But they do have other carries on his team. So ideally, he just needs to be a frontline for his team. And Azir can do deep damage. We'll be curious to see what Tsukio or Buzz, whatever Anne goes by nowadays, picks for Team ShenaniGamers here. She knows she's playing up against an Azir. They banned away the Lux. They banned away the Ari. What else does she have in tank in her champion pool here that she can pull out? Sivir being picked for white backwards. His Jinx was banned away, and I believe he just likes playing those hyper scaling ADC champs. Sivir, he's played 9 games of Sivir this season. Not his second or third most played jungler. So really blind picking a safe jungler here. They know they're up against Zaya Shaco. Talon being locked
Um,
in for Team ShenaniGamers. That's a interesting pick. Any thoughts on that, Ranran? You think that's jungler
I
or
feel
mid
like
lane?
it. I feel like it's something that they're planning on doing as a flex, but I feel like this is probably gonna go towards the jungle. I believe that's too soon. Buzz. Buzz. I've only seen her play Lux and Ari so far, so I can't really imagine Talon being a part of her champion pool.
Yeah, it would be interesting. I don't think I've ever seen Nightingale play Talon though either. Uh,
I agree,
more
but
more jungler
it
bands
is a
coming. coming out for Team 8, so I don't think they think it's Talon Jungle either. But we'll see what they end up pick. Lulu being banned.
This is a pretty good band.
I believe Pluto only plays Enchantress supports. Yeah, Nami, Seraphine, Lulu does play a little bit of Mel, but most played support is Seraphine, so that's still open for her to pick. Seraphine does look pretty good in their team comp. You know, Darius is in that front line to act as that extension for Seraphine ult. Lilia being banned away, or at least being hovered so far for Team ShenaniGamers, banned away. Graves got banned, so they did realize that Dreadeye is likely playing mid, and that Saphir is likely playing jungle, and Graves is his most played champ. So Graves being taken away for Saphir in the jungle now, role swapping to jungle. Will be interesting to see what the mid lane pick is. Will they reveal it here? They do know, yeah. So they pick top lane. They know they're up against Darius. They're still not showing if this is Talon jungle or Talon mid. I'm guessing they're gonna wait see who they're up against here. Will be
I really
interested.
think Blue Side should pick Yumi here. I think Yumi would be really strong into this comp.
Yeah,
He'll make Azaya pretty hard to play, and um, yeah, it'll probably like negate Talon and Shaco if they don't get like big leads early on, so that Sivir can just wail on them.
Seraphine
But I
being
think
picked.
A champion like Seraphine might just make an easy target for Talon and Shaco to possibly get ahead in the early game.
Yeah, this is the terrorist Shaco support. I would be interested to see what he can do in his lane, what magic he can pull. He shows a good old disappearing act. Still don't know what the jungle pick will be here for Team A. They'll reveal in a couple seconds here. His Graves was banned away, so what does
Darius
Saphir?
can also be a flex pick, but I guess not.
Kane being picked for Saphir. Has he played any Kane in recent history? Has not played any Kane in recent history at least, but maybe it's a pocket pick that he's holding. Last pick here for Team ShenaniGamers. Could be mid lane, could be jungle. That still doesn't tell us who's playing where. I'm assuming that's Zyra mid lane just because Tsukio does like playing Lux, does like playing Ari, so mages are her champ pool, but maybe she's gonna show us a magic trick and play some talent in this game. Okay, coming out of draft. Ran, do you have any preferences for which team you think won draft?
I think I like Red Side's draft. I mean, it's not that I like it that much better, but I think Blue Side's draft is just very hard to play. I don't think Darius can ever walk into fights, and on top of that, Darius doesn't win in side lane against Volibear. Um, Blue Side doesn't really have very good engage. Yeah, Blue Side doesn't really have good engage. There isn't really a good way for them to win fights. And on top of that, the enemy team has Zaya, which would negate the only engage that blue side has.
Yeah, the only real engaged teammate has is running in, maybe finding a Shurima shuffle on his ear, but running in on Darius K and then following up with the Seraphine ult. But yeah, Zyra looking a pretty good pick, as you said. Shaco boxes, Zyra plants to stop them from running in. Zaya has ult to make some space for herself. Should be an interesting fight. I'd definitely be curious to see how the Shaco support does. I don't think Jushi has gotten the opportunity to play it in IMs yet. Uh, he'll show us why he's a one-trick pony, as a self-described one-trick pony Shaco support here, pulling out some magic. With that being said, I think we'll go on break until the 3-minute Spectre delay is over. They're just getting to draft now, so it should probably be another 4 minutes. I will be sending out the Gamba real soon. All right, we'll be right back. All right, we are out of spectator delay and in game here. Let me check game volume to see if it's too loud or not. There's quite a delay on the stream.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Alright, so it turns out that Nightingale is on the Zyra instead of the Talon jungle.
30 seconds until
Yeah,
you
kind of
get
surprised on that. All right,
Yeah, but Zyra is a champion where you don't really need too many games played on her to be like as effective. Because like if you're like a Lee Sin, you can have like 1,000 games on Lee Sin, and that can like easily be matched by a Zyra that has about like 5 to 10 games in solo queue.
Yep.
Like as long as they know like what they're doing, maybe if they just watch one YouTube video,
minions have
they could
spawned.
probably just play it.
Twitch chat, do let us know if anything is too loud or too quiet. If game sounds are too quiet, or if Discord or my mic is too quiet, we can turn those up real fast.
So it looks like something's happening towards top side.
Yeah, level 1 fight. I'm assuming Darius just wins. Yep. Continuing to
Especially
zone
with
him
the
out
Ignite.
there.
He needs to be careful.
Kyle losing how much of his HP there? A fourth of his HP. Will heal up. Does have 2 pots. There's no world where like Zyra does like a level 2 gank, right? Bloodbath coming out. Jushi already showing why he's a terrorist Shaco, forcing the flash out of white backwards.
Yeah, I really love, especially as an bringing Ignite, I really like that he's just sending out his Ignite right at the beginning of the lane. So by the time they fight next time, it'll probably be like back up.
Kyle in a scary position here. What do you think of Chewy taking Ignite instead of... Oh, Jushi going in again. Doing big damage, forcing the heal out. Flash, all flashes burn bot
This is
lane.
probably a kill here. Zaya flashes a little late, but Jushi gets the
Jushi
kill.
does
What
a
an
nice
absolute
hat trick.
terrorist.
Kyle trading against Chewy here. Darius gets the full stack lead, pulls him back, ignites, and that's just a dead Clown King.
That's the kill. Desires bot.
Jushi spotting out Pluto here, finding the
They got a nice word and
Yeah.
nice.
kill goes towards Nightingale Zyra jungle.
Nightingale.
Tsusikio Buzz doing pretty good for playing a champ that she doesn't normally play, at least. Maybe she's a secret talent player, I don't know. Not losing that much HP, only used one of her health pots so far on her refillable. Kane showing topside here, or not showing yet, but at least pathing towards Scuttle. Could potentially look for a gank. Chewy's wave is pushing towards him. Kyle doing a PTA trade.
Decent trade out of.
Decent trade. And gets another solo kill. Juicy doing a well-timed roam mid, showing why he played the Shaco. Nightingale flash misses the root on the Zyra plant, but forces Sphere's flash at least, or maybe it was forced before that, but Sphere stacking those Kane orbs. She's choosing an awkward time to roam here. XL League being forced back, her wave state frozen. Needs Jushi here to push it back up and get to that wave. Jushi going in, finds White W, gets shielded by Pluto. Kill goes towards XL League. The Shaco terrorist showing why he has this pick in his pocket.
How do you ban against this guy? This guy has 4 champions that are just absolutely terrorizing every item game I watch him play.
He's just a low-rank stomper, man. He picks the Shaco and stomps. He picks Singe. He picks Zac. He just like terrorizes these low elo players. Kyle going for a trade to get in the top lane. Darius fully procs the bleed. Darius or Volibear forced to flash out.
Yeah, that's a tough flash to. It's a painful flash
Kyle
because you don't
trying
really
to
gain
pull
much.
this wave. I don't know if it's ever worth trying to freeze on Volibear. Kyle 1 HP because he's taking the wave. Probably is gonna die under tower would be my guess. Darius
Yeah,
Ignite.
not the best timing.
Darius Ignite almost back up. No TP for Clown King to come back to lane. We'll be watching top lane here to see if they do a dive here. Nightingale path and bot. Shaco on top of them. Lands the slow on white backwards. Nothing much more able to happen out of that. Going back to this top lane here. Will Chewy dive? Does have 6. All he has to do is hit a pull ignite. Yep.
Oh, it's a horror for top. It's an absolute horror.
And that's a dead Clown King. Kind of close there. Cloud King hitting a nice root or a nice stun to try to delay his death there. Almost trades it 1-for-1 in the tower. But yeah, Chewy once again on this fed Darius. Will he be able to carry with it though? He does opt to take Ignite in lane for the lane power. Ghost is probably
It
better
looks
for
like
team
Yushi is
fights.
going for something. He has his Ignite up, and the Zyra is coming down. Looks like he might have been spotted on a ward though.
Kane doing the grubs, gets all 3. We do have 3 in the bot lane here with Jushi and Nightingale here getting spotted on the control ward. Looks like they're just going to start up Dragon, trade objective for objective. Meanwhile, Kane Sphere did see that Nightingale was bot. He's going to trade some jungle camps for the Dragon. Kyle looking kind of dead again, honestly. His wave was pushing away from him. Walking straight into the arms of Kane here. Yeah, that's a dead clown.
Yeah, this is not a good look for the Volibear in the top lane.
Yeah, so there is a bit of a rank disparity in the top lane. So I believe Kyle is silver 4 peak and Chewy's like diamond 4 peak. So kind of expected, despite Volibear supposedly winning in the Darius matchup. Just a skill issue.
Yeah, I'm curious what kind of build Volibear is going to go for. I wonder if it looks like he's building towards Rod of Ages right now. I mean, honestly, Volibear, I feel like you can build almost anything on that champion. Faust goes, I have a Proto Belt into, what's that? Cosmic Drive into Proto Belt. I see other pro players just go full tank. Then there's always that Rod of Ages with the CDR build. You can honestly just build anything on this champion. But it looks like he's
going for the all-in again. It's looking kind of close. Darius hits the nice heal and does find the kill without even needing to use his ult.
It was a little close.
So, we're at 8.5 minutes into the game, and there's only a 1k gold lead, surprisingly, despite the 4-0 difference in the top lane. Looking at top lane gold, Chewy literally has double Kyle's gold, but the rest of the team is making up for it with the fed Shaco. As long as Xayah doesn't fall behind, stays normal, Darius is killable. Zyra, it's hard to play Darius into Zyra, into Xayah. Hard to run at the enemy team with this Darius pick, especially because he doesn't have Ghost, did opt to take Ignite for the laning power.
Yeah, as fed as Darius gets, it's going to be a real question if he can actually get into these fights. No Ghost, he only has Ignite. He'll probably only be able to be effective in fights if he actually has Flash.
Yep, if he hits Flash, or maybe Dreadeye hits a nice shuffle into the enemy team. But maybe he just gets so fed in the side lane that, Clown King can't even sit under tower. That'd be a fun one to watch. Alright, he gets a pull.
Oh, and he misses the cannon.
Forces Clown King to about a third of his HP. Flashes forward. Okay, another kill. Does not die a tower, lives with 1 HP. Buzz kind of getting low here, but Nightingale's following up. Dreadeye just shuffles away. Nightingale flashes forward, hits the root. Our follow-up forces Dreadeye to flash out of the Zyra ult.
I think that was an interesting dash out by the Azir. I think that he could have turned onto the Talon there, especially with the Talon having um, no health, no mana, and Azir seemed to have everything. So if anything, after a bad play or like a scuffed play, he could have flashed out at the end of it. But I think the Azir could have gone for something there.
Okay, you know, despite the 5-0 Darius top, there's only 1.2k gold lead. So bot lane of the map making up for the top lanes falling. The question is, Kyle's wave is in such a bad spot. He needs to quickly push this and then leave, or else he's just gonna get perma frozen on. Okay, so Kyle, what are you gonna do? His wave is frozen. He's just gonna farm with E ranged. Not a fun situation to be in here. Fight heading down bot lane. Kayn in the Jushi trap, does get feared. He's living surprisingly for a long time. Jushi 1 HP.
Oh, it looks very good for Team Red. This should be a clean 3-0 wipe.
Yep, 3-0 wipe. No deaths traded for Team ShenaniGamers.
Yeah, especially with their lead on the bot side, they should really try to, you know, be aggressive and make some plays, so that this fed Darius won't even be an issue.
Yep, taking a look at gold in this game at least. Is anyone close to Darius? Yeah, Zaya's only, 400 gold away from where Darius is sitting at.
Yeah, there's about 1,000 gold lead on the 80 carry row.
Fight breaking out. Chewy showing why he's the fed 5-0 Darius. They're still looking to fight this though.
This seems like a bit of a mistake. Without their 80 carry, and with how fed this Darius is, Nightingale should know that they can't really go for grubs here. They just have to give it and not let the enemy team get the chance to get leads other than their top laner.
Meanwhile, in the bot lane, alright, White backwards did catch the wave, was pushing it forward, opted not to freeze, I believe. But game should cool down in action. There's no objectives that I don't think any teams are going for. Yeah, Dreadeye just going to shuffle away. Darius's ignite is up. His ult will be up in like 30 seconds ish. So I'm assuming we're gonna
Looks
see.
like Darius is going to the dragon right now instead of passing top. So let's see if red side has the discipline to back away from this, even though they'll probably lose the feats of strength. I think it will be wisest if they just allow Volibear to, you know, hopefully catch up in a couple waves, and hopefully red side doesn't get wiped here.
I do believe Darius was spotted on a ward walking into river.
White
ulting forward, so they know it. They know it's a 5v4, and they are backing up, showing respect. Okay, Dragon goes to Team 8 here with the Feat of Strengths, I believe. Yeah, Feat of Strengths as well. Darius can just run top, catch the wave before he loses too much here. It is a cannon wave, so he won't miss too much, but he is donating gold and plates in Kyle's back pockets, but was able to secure the Feat of Strength for his team. So yeah, 2 plates go to Kyle there. Gets him a little bit back in the game. Probably still quite far behind.
Yeah, but overall that was a very good play.
Looking like a 4-man dive bot lane here. Kayn is in the bot side of the map. They spot 2 of them. TP coming out from the Azir 2 bot lane. Red team needs to get out of here. Nice shuffle for Dreadeye. Was able to.
Like... Oh, Nightingale will die anyways. I thought Kayn might have died there, but.
Yep. Shuffle at least got a kill with the TP. Jushi is still just being a terrorist. Is he gonna look to kill Kayn here? Kayn just used all of his abilities. Okay.
Yeah,
well.
that didn't really exactly look good. If Jushi saw that, he actually had his oracles pop that entire time. And it looks like County might die once again. Yeah.
Yeah, 0-7, giving us the salute in his scoreboard here. Does do the Rod of Ages build, trying to scale up into this game. Oh, Kyle, you poor soul. Stay strong, Kyle. Stay strong. Your bot side of the map is fed. You gotta limit the deaths a little bit here. So 6-0, Chewy top lane, 4-1 jungle. So it's literally just top of the map versus bottom of the map this game. It'll be, yeah, Dreadeye playing safe. Mid lane has his shuffle up, able to shuffle away when Jushi's there. Jushi really needs to path so that way he comes out of invisibility behind the Azir so he can't shuffle away. But not quite able to get into that position. Loop up being donated to Chewy. Blue side up at a 2k gold lead now. Shaco showing mid. Does just hunt Pluto. Another kill in the pocket of this 3-in-1 Shaco. Now top tower did fall to Chewy. It'll be interesting to see what he decides to do here. Looks like they're going to Rift Herald. I think Chewy should just push the next wave back and then start working on the bot tower. Especially if they're getting the Rift Herald here.
Yeah, I mean, at a certain point, they will probably just need their bot lane to come and match the Darius. Because against like multiple zoners, especially Xayah, Zyra, and Shaco, Darius probably like isn't able to do something unless he absolutely outplays them.
Alright, Buzz, Jusikio finding... Alright, Shaco's standing in front of him. He can't dash away until he loses half his HP. So Dreadeye, half HP'd mid lane. Had his ulti there. That could have been dangerous for the Shaco if he just got ulted under tower, especially after using his invisibility dash. Alright, so 6-0 Darius in the side lane. How do we kill him?
They really need to send their Xayah and come match the Darius here, and send Volibear bot lane. And I think Talon is fine just clearing midways by himself, especially with that W. He should be fine clearing midways against Sivir and Azir.
Red team able to bring Claw back 1k gold. Now only seeing a 1k gold deficit as opposed to the 2k that was earlier in the game. Nightingale getting scared, sees a scary Darius. Looks like they're going to dive the Kayn here. Talon forces the Talon to ult. There was really no minion wave anyways. Don't think a dive was going to happen. Shaco was hovering. Maybe they could have baited it a little more if there was some communication there that Shaco was there to bait.
I agree.
Save the Talon ult for when they're actually taking tower damage. Clown King in a dangerous position here. Does hit the stun. Not quite able to walk away without getting pulled. Gets ignited. One more auto and a kill, I think.
If Chili actually flashes for this kill. If he flashes for this kill, it's actually not going to be worth it.
Did not have to flash.
He did not flash. And it looks like they overplay on the mid lane, which is pretty bad. They have to burn the flash, but still no one can contest this Darius top. They really need to send the Xayah up there.
It looks like they're just going to trade tower for dragon here. You know, if Kyle doesn't spawn for another 8 seconds at least. Jushi hunting down this Kayn. Does find it. Terrace, Shaco support everyone.
Blue Terrace.
Absolute terrorist. Wait. It's time for the sound effect. It's time for the audio board.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
It's specifically just for him.
Suggestion.
All right, next time Jushi does a play, we got to play that soundboard effect.
All right, I got you.
Okay. So mostly even game say only 1,000 gold, 1,300 towards Team 8. Team 8 isn't a difficult spot in that they can only play through Chewy. Chewy needs to be present in team fights for them to win, but at the same time, Chewy's just picking up side towers, which is great. The teammate just needs to not pick a fight when Chewy's not there.
Yeah, but I really think that, especially with this Talon Shaco, they really need to go for like more aggressive plays. They're not really putting wards into enemy jungler. They see where the Darius is, so they should really go for these plays. Or otherwise, like the Darius is a really big problem right now, and also Kayn is a pretty big problem right now. But the longer this game goes, Azir and Sliver are going to scale.
Looks
So.
like Team 8 here just starting up the Atacon on spawn. Darius doesn't have TP, doesn't have a way to join this fight, but neither does Talon. Kyle spotting it, does an interesting ult, scares them away. What is this 0-8 Volibear going to do to two fed
He's showing
players?
that he's the top laner. He grabs 2 of their ultimates, and
Does force them off the Atacon. You know, he's not really worth that much gold, right? He's 0-9, so I guess.
but we should look at Jushi's position here. He's behind them, but it's like he's not really gonna go for anything, unfortunately.
Forces the barrier out from white backwards. Talon got half HP in exchange here. Now, Nightingale and Xlily are doing the Atacon here. It is the Blood Petals. Azir does spot. Kayn is in the area. Kayn has a nice pinch. Can he contest? Looks like he's just trying to go for a steal. Nightingale smites way early.
It's an absolute horror.
Xlily able to stay alive. They are going to get the Blood Petals at least. But that is a 6 Grub Darius, sideline Darius now with a 25% buff to the Grub's power. So this Darius is going to be an absolute tower destroyer now. Darius showing up top lane now after all the fighting is over. Looks like red team does know he's
on
here.
On the bright side, most of the towers in this game are actually already gone. So basically, if Darius is actually going to make use of that 6 Grubs, he's going to have to be hitting their inhibitor towers, which is a very easy way for Darius to, you know, potentially hand over that almost 1,000 gold bounty.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see how Chewy pilots this. What is this Talon draft? Whoa. Who's on the Berkeley Legends chat that posted that account? What elo? Yeah, as we said earlier, Darius is D4, I believe, peak, and Clown King is Silver 4 peak. So quite expected outcome. Buzz looking for the solo kill. Can just hop over the Azir wall. Kayn is in the area. Azir able to live. Forces the Azir flash. Trades Ignite. Shushi ghost blading towards the Azir. Finds the kill. That is one fast Shaco, does have the Moby Boots, prop the Ghost Blade on top of it, and now is just playing with the enemy team saying, come find me. Alright. Looking at this positioning here, Nightingale does spot the Darius, or does not spot Darius. Hits the roots.
A little close. Oh, but will he die 1v2? He uses his Ignite on the Zyre, which is pretty bad.
Getting kited out here. Flash is traded.
This looks like Darius might actually die here. Talon is running up. Keiko is still in base, and it looks like he's just out.
Yeah. 4 top to kill this Darius now. Will they find him? Nah, it does not look like it. So, Jushi.
Oh, an absolute terrorist play. Oh, but looks like he's going to die here.
Shutdown going towards Kayn. That was how much gold? 163? Not as much as I thought it would be. Considering he was 5-1 and 5 before that exchange.
Yeah, but he died to the Kayn before earlier on the Craigs after being about 3-1, so or 3-0. So
nice dodge on the Xayah route by Sphere. You know, despite them being Chewy focused, they are winning these exchanges. That will just be dragging to Team 8, even with Chewy not even out those fights. The Kayn is 7-3, is a factor in himself. This is to be a dead bear in the top lane real soon here. Oh, maybe
Yeah,
not.
but
Maybe.
at a certain point, as long as I mean, he's not worth much gold at this point. So him dying more.
Does ult
Oh,
over the
that is a
wall, finds
questionable
Kane,
ultimate.
and yeah, now he's dead. Juicy
Okay, but
not.
as I was saying, he's not really worth much gold. I wish I can see what actually happened in the mid lane here, but
I think Juicy just invised on top of Seraphine and then insta killed her.
yeah,
Absolute terrorist with the Shake of Sport pick.
wasn't ready for
It
the sideboard
was
on that one.
it was kind of close. Seraphine almost lived there. You know, just a little more. If Seraphine's heal was up for that exchange, she probably could have lived. May have been up. Maybe she didn't use it. All right, so 5-1 for Zaya versus 7-0 Darius, 8-3 Kane. Can XL carry this team to victory?
Honestly, probably maybe because if you look at the items, Zaya is actually ahead of the Darius on items.
Oh, at least she's still on gold. She's behind in gold. I
Behind
think
in gold.
yeah, behind the gold ahead on items. 3 in this top line here looking for the Darius. The clone Jushi, what terrorist pick are you showing us here? Lands the slow. But I don't think anything else will happen top lane. No, this is going to be a fight breaking out. Seraphine is here as well. XL League here looking for Pluto. Does hit the stun. That's a dead
That's
Pluto.
the thing about Volibear. You can be 0-10, but as long as you do that, you're still useful. A bad flash by the Talon.
That was an
It
interesting.
will cost his Talon's life.
That was quite
Very
interesting.
to go in there without ultimate.
Jushi
But do
looking
we
for white backwards.
care?
Almost able to find him here. I bet you he's just gonna get run down here by XL League, and that's a kill to XL League.
Actually, a shutdown. A 1-3 shutdown on the server.
Chewy Clown King did get an assist in that last fight. Is it worth gold again? Gold reset is on assist, right? Not on kills.
I think gold reset depends on how much gold you actually have, right?
I'm not sure what they changed it to now, but oh, 11-1.
He
There
should
in the
still
top
be
lane.
worth nothing. But he's keeping this wave push, he's keeping Darius in the top lane. So every time Darius kills him, it's actually probably worth. Because now I think that the wave is actually pushing back towards Volibear. So he should be fine.
Yep, all tier 3 towers are down. All tier 2 towers are down for Team ShenaniGamers. Darius would only be able to walk up to the tier 1 towers and try to find some pressure with his 6 scrubs and Atacon buff.
Yeah, so I believe they should be sending just Darius bot lane. And hopefully they'll go for like a 4v4 in mid. Or like around Baron area because Baron's now up and it's kind of bad to see Darius kind of just in the middle here because he's going to run into Shaco boxes. He's going to run into Zyra plants. I don't know. I don't remember if Zyra has Rylai's, but if Zyra has Rylai's, this Darius cannot play it again. So it's best to just put him on sides. You know, keep pressuring keeping those side lanes pushed. Oh, here I kind of watch Clown King when it just ulted the wave. But it looks like he got most of the wave anyways. He just doesn't get the gold for it, unfortunately.
That is a 9-0-2 Darius top lane with an 8-3-2 Kane in his back pocket. Looking to find Buzz here. Buzz ult is able to not quite get the hop. Charm hits on the Zaya. Dreadeye was trying to go in there.
This could be an absolute horror.
XL League's down. Jushi trying to clean up on the Zaya there. On the Sivir, pardon. Okay, 3 deaths. Sure, well, 2 deaths in that fight. They were able to find the Zaya. Zaya did have flash there. I was curious.
If Fear has TP, they should be pushing mid here and maybe even going for an end. There isn't really much of a threat. I do think they missed a possible end angle here.
I think
especially with the
it's
Zaya down. They're the only thing that they were up against is a Shaco and a Zyra that are somewhat decently scaled, but neither of them have ults, and in 0-12 Volibear, especially with the 6 grubs, with the Otacon buff, I definitely think they should have gone for an M tier with the 0 TPO.
just playing it safe. We'll have opportunities later on to show his 14 gold. 14. He's only 1,000 gold up on this Zaya. If we look at items here, Zaya is almost done with IE. Probably has it on the next back. That will be more damage in the Zaya's pocket, but yeah, it's hard. XLE has no one to peel for her. She has to get this cane off of her herself. Clown King flashing in on Dreadeye. Able to live with 1 HP, and Dreadeye's gonna follow up. This could be Baron. Nice Shaco box use. Follow up. Stun by Clown King. Buzz getting caught up by this Darius is able to hop over the wall and get out of there. If Darius just got his ult off there, that would probably been a kill, but nice use of the Talon ulti. Juicy placing wards, placing traps down around this Baron.
Yeah, that was truly unfortunate what happened to blue team. They could have gone to Baron, they could have had a potential end angle, and now most of their summoners are actually down because they used a lot of their summoners for that last fight, and all they ended up getting was a third drag.
Yep.
So
Chewy
now
on a
red
ward.
team really need to go look for a play here.
Looks
A
like
lot
red
of
team
their summoners
does.
down. Darius looks like he's going to die. This
Does
is
find the
big for
heal.
Team Red.
Yeah, that's a dead Darius. Kane
Now
is
they
still
should be looking
alive.
for-
Does get fear. Oh, is able to kill the box before the fear goes off. Does get traded.
but
Dreadeye
Zero
in the
just
back line.
punched everyone. Oh, what a good Zanyas.
All right. That was
Is this an end angle? I don't think this is an end angle. I think they should just get Baron here.
looks like that is the plan. Blue team starting up Baron shortly here. I'm curious what happened. Kane was able to live for so long. Dreadeye got a nice flank angle. Did not even have to use his ulti there.
Yeah, Kane
What
lived
what
so
killed
long.
X Little League?
I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it was a mixture of everyone because there's a lot of splash damage on this.
Let's
A
take,
lot of multi-target.
we got time. Let's take a rewind here and look at that last fight.
Because Azir TP'd behind. Sivir is probably ricocheting on everyone. Seraphine, you know, has the abilities super easily that can just hit a bunch of people.
Jushi getting a nice bait off. Does hit the clone. Chewy just dies at the start of that fight, and they're all like relatively high HP. Just Kane just do magic here. Let's watch X Lily with her spacing here. Kane does some nice damage before he
Walks
dies.
a little close. But
Yeah, and Dreadeye's just behind
it
her.
looks like
I think Kane just did like insane damage off before he got killed.
yeah, I think so too.
Okay, close enough to live.
Oh, I forgot. Did we see who got that 1001 shutdown from the Darius?
Can I scroll up in chat? Sivir killed. It looks like it went to Zaya.
Okay, it did go to Zaya. So something that's actually very scary about this Zyra champion, Zyra champion, is that this champion can absolutely one-shot. If all it takes is for one of their carries to get hit by a snare, then the Q ult combo actually might just destroy it. It's a big burst of damage stat.
Looks like
Yeah.
accidentally going for blood or GA for her last item here. Will probably not have it up for the soul fight. Dragon will spawn, I believe, in like 40 seconds if I turn on the timer, if I can figure out how. But yeah, blue team positioning for this dragon spawn, invading, getting vision, clearing out vision. Kyle is in the sign lane here. Will he die before this fight happens? Doesn't look like it. Will look to get this tower. Will be able to find it. No one's here to match him. He needs to be very careful to get out now. Darius is coming. Kyle thinks he's safe backing there. It looks like he will be safe. Darius kind of giving up blue team's prio in this jungle. Darius is not here. They need to be careful. Try not to take a fight when Darius isn't here. We'll spot Kyle now, but I think Kyle can just run out. Blue team starting up this dragon, hunting for Dreadeye, does not quite find it.
Dreadeye does have flash and Zanya's up. He should be fine. It looks like Jushi might actually die here, but
Jushi does a nice trade on Dreadeye. Dreadeye dangerously low. Red team gets the dragon. Kane hits a
This
nice
is
double
fine.
CC in his ult now. Dreadeye does not find
Kane
anyone
does
with the
put his
shovel.
ult on.
Kyle, Darius did find a nice flank, was able to get onto the back line. Can they peel this Zaya? They cannot. Shaco able to clean up. Darius versus the world now. These team fights are so hectic. I have no idea who's going to win them.
Yeah, it's quite close.
Alright, meanwhile, Clown King is just pushing towers here, if I can switch to him. Oh, wrong champ. Is just pushing towers here, looking for another tower. Darius probably won't get there in time. Nah, he will. Darius will be able to save this tower. Clown King just, hey, come chase the bear. I'm tasty. I have 13 deaths. I'm good for at least killing towers. I would like to see some more box setup from Jushi, at least before these fights. It feels like he's just going in, trying to do an early trade before the fight starts, but I feel like if he places some more boxes down, it'll be easier for Exeter League to play around the boxes, get this K and get this Darius off of her. But, oh, interesting. Exeter League sold the armor item in GA for a what's the item called again? A BF sword, yeah. So did lose some gold profit, but really want to secure that dragon, which they were able to do. It is now 3 dragons to 3 dragons. Next dragon gets soul. This is a late elder game. 37-minute game, tending towards the longer side so far. But it should just be smooth sailing for a little bit now. No objectives to fight over. I do feel like this Shaco is starting to lose some power. It's harder and getting harder and harder for him to one-shot Zaya, one-shot Sivir, one-shot Azir. Can still probably one-shot Pluto's Seraphine, but it's getting harder to find value out of the Shaco pick, the Shaco assassin support pick.
Yeah. At this point, the Enchanters is outscaling the Shaco by far.
I have it, I'll keep it to myself. 12-1 Darius, surely top lane matters and Darius can win these fights. Maybe if he had Ghost. We'll see what happens.
I mean,
here.
but Darius is also a very tough. It's very tough to be in team fights as Darius. You need a lot of isolated fights. Oh, I just noticed that Zaya decided to buy BT instead of GA. I thought that was really good, especially since there's a lot of like sneaky poke on this blue side with the Seraphine range, the ricochets from Sivir, and just the soldiers with the Azir Qs. That could like be pretty serious damage for looks like something's going to happen in the top river.
Not quite. Dreadeye is pushing out the spot lane, trying to draw pressure towards him. Does have his TP, can join the fight.
Oh,
Nightingale flashes forward.
Nightingale
My
flashes
eyes,
in.
Steven!
Not like this.
Interesting use of the flash. That may just be game by a Steven throw. 2 dead on Team ShenaniGamers here.
It
But
looks
does
like
that-
blue side are pushing into the inhibitor while also getting Baron.
That's a dead
Just a
Talon.
dead Talon. There really isn't much that I can do here.
Looks like Zaya is going to try to run down. If I can switch her, was not quite able to get on top of her. Okay, not over quite yet, but that is Baron in the back pockets of teammate here. Ocean Soul is spawning soon. Zaya did, or Zyra used her flash in that fight. Zaya still has all her sums though for this next fight, but I saw Zaya hitting the Darius and I felt like Zaya was doing no damage. Maybe this fight will just end before even then. Zaya getting engaged on is able to walk out of the K knockup. Dreadeye getting a nice Shurima shuffle onto the Zaya. This is probably just game. Zaya's dead, 60-second death timers. Kyle's dead, Nightingale's the only one. Shaco following as well. And that's a team ace for team 8. That should just be game. Well fought. Fed top Darius does indeed matter, even though he doesn't have Ghost. Okay. I do feel like team ShenaniGamers did just kind of get outscaled. The Jushi Shaco support wasn't able to play well into the late game there, into the Enchanters. And
Yeah, very disappointing. I believe it was a misclick. I'm pretty sure Nightingale wouldn't just flash in like that.
yeah,
But
with that
yeah,
being said, let's
disappointing outcome to the.
over to the caster's desk here and see if anyone sticking around in their call for an interview. Looks like they all are. Who do we want to see? Do we want to talk to the 21 kill Darius, I believe it was?
Yeah, sure.
No, 13 kill Darius. My bad. Chewy, we're pulling you in. Mr. Chewy,
What's up?
how does it
Hey,
feel winning lane and actually winning the game after doing so?
Uh, it was nice, I guess. But like, Kyle's like, Volibear is kind of scary late game, no? Like, he got to level 18 before everyone else on his team. Like, the split push actually got me into some trouble because I didn't take TP.
Yeah, he was
yeah.
split pushing quite often. What's one comment that we kept bringing up? What's and Twitch I also brought up. What's the thought process taking Ignite over Ghost? Are you just dead focused on getting ahead in lane?
Yeah, I think the what I notice is that you take Ignite over Ghost, like people have a really big miscalculation on how much damage you can output. So like I don't usually finish with my ult in lane. I like to use it to get to the 5th stack and then ignite, like leaving them with 100 HP thinking they're safe, but like they just die, bleeding to death. And that worked on Kyle like 3 times, I think.
Right? Yeah, you did quite the solo bolo on him innumerable times. Leading into the game, at least Random was saying Volibear is a counter to Darius, so Volibear will win. I'm like,
Yeah,
it's
we're
I
trying to
was.
use Darius jungle, but like last second Sophia was like, "Oh, I can't really play into Volibear top." It's like, "Can I go jungle?" I was like, "Shit, man. I
Oh,
guess."
I was actually telling you. This Darius was. I thought Darius was a flex.
yeah. I think
I was so ready to go jungle, bro.
for being off-rolled, Saphir did pretty well. 12 and 5 on the Kane pick. It was really top side versus bot side this game, and you guys were able to pull through. Any
Yeah,
comments
poggers.
on how you think this was this harder than your last win? It was a what, a 40 minute game? Did it feel like a 40-minute game or did it feel shorter than that?
Uh, I think we stalled it out a little bit. Like a lot of the fights, I'll be like, guys, I have 3 items. I'm level 16. I have flash. We should fight. And then we don't fight. And I just split push. But like, I was really grateful that they didn't gang on me top lane like a single time.
I think it's
Yeah.
just hard to gank a 5-0 Darius with a
No, I was dead. I was so scared. I built Force of Nature second item. I was like, please don't gank me. Like I was so ready for a Shaco and a Zyra coming top lane like 11th minute of the game.
Right. Well, this makes your team 2-1. So you guys, I believe, well, you won't be tied for first place, but you'll be, at the score of the people in first place at least. We'll see what place you actually are in, depending on win time. This was one of the longer games, so I'm assuming you're going to be on the lower tier of that tie. But
Oh,
yeah,
I
it was
see.
nice watching your guys' game. We'll be looking
GG.
forward to you guys next week as well. Thank you for.
Okay, and also another update. I think our team name tentatively is Wolf of Bancroft Street.
Okay, that's actually fire. Wolf of Bancroft Street. Just be sure to lock that in. Send me a DM, and we'll get your names updated.
Yeah.
That being
Okay.
said,
I'll talk to them and get it finalized.
yeah, that was the last game of tonight. We have at least a game scheduled for tomorrow, and then another one scheduled for Sunday. We're still waiting for teams to post their schedules, but we will catch you all tomorrow at least. If that game gets streamed, it should get streamed. It's Sunday at 5 p.m. Surely we can find someone.
Tomorrow's Saturday.
Yes, Saturday at 5 p.m. Look
Yeah.
forward to it. Bye bye.
Bye bye.